On the Mercedes-Benz Vans phone line right now, though, is somebody who at this point next week will know the answer to the burning question, who will draft Evan Neal? Joining me here, one of the top prospects in this year's draft is the Alabama Crimson Tide tackle, Evan Neal. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Thank you guys for having me on.
You bet. First question is who's your nutritionist, man? I mean, good God, how do you look like that at your weight, Evan?
Yeah, our nutritionist at Alabama is Miss Amy Bragg.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, honestly, I can't. I saw. How much do you weigh right now, Evan Neal? How much do you weigh right now? Would you say?
342. Right now, about 342.
I don't know where do you put it? Jeez. I don't see it. It's incredible. I mean, so what is your workout like? Walk me through it, Evan.
Well, I'm actually in Dallas right now training with Duke Manyweather, and he has us doing all types of stuff. This morning, pretty much, we did sleds this morning, like pretty much kind of like cardio sleds in the hit bike. The past 2 days, we've been lifting weights. We did shoulders and back stuff. So, yeah.
And then that box jump that everybody has been talking about. Why did you attempt that one back in the day, Evan?
Well, Coach Dr. Reyes, we always did plyo box jumps. A part of the workout, we wouldn't do them that high, but he kind of challenged me, to see if I can do the 48-inch boxes, and he lined them up, and I pretty much just did it.
But then the whole idea is just, I would just, leap into the box in front of me. What was the idea of putting your legs out there like that, where you got a box behind you and a box in front of you? That's weird. That's quite. That's
what? I'm not sure why he had us do the move itself. But one thing I can say, it was a pretty good display of my athleticism. So that's kind of what I like to look at it as. Pretty cool.
I would agree with you. It's an excellent use to show off your athleticism. When did you realize that you were good at football, Evan? When did that first hit you?
When I really started taking football serious was probably around the 8th grade. And my freshman year of high school, when I could say I really started taking football serious. Sure.
And that's when you realized you could be good at this, and you could actually go to college for it. Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah. After my freshman year, I released my highlight tape, and then the offers started rolling in, and then I went to IMG, and I can say going to IMG and practicing against the top guys in the nation, because at Okeechobee, I was kind of like a big fish in a small pond. I knew I was good, but my steel and my iron hadn't been tested yet against really good competition. So going against IMG and, practicing against those guys and winning some reps, losing some reps, it let me know that I definitely can play on that level for sure.
So one day you're at IMG and you look over your shoulder and there's Nick Saban. Is that how it worked, Evan, for you?
I didn't see Coach Saban at IMG until he came for my in-home visit, but I saw Coach Mike Loxley, Tosh Lupor and stuff coming to watch practices and stuff.
Okay, so Nick Saban walked into your living room in Okeechobee, Florida. Is that what you're saying, Evan?
Yeah, he went to Okeechobee. We actually went to my dad's store and met with my family at my dad's store. Yeah, it was pretty cool for sure.
What's your dad's store? What was that? What is that?
A small little neighborhood convenience store where I'm from. Sells different beverages and snacks and stuff. And he also he owns small little units behind the store that he rents out. He probably rents out 6 or 7 units. So it's called smaller operation. Okay,
so what? 1 week from today, your dad's closing that store because he's retired? Is that what's happening? Evan?
Oh, no, we're not going to close it. We're going to take it to the next level.
What is the next level? Like a chain? We're going to see a chain? Is that what you're saying? Like a chain of stores?
Yeah, you never know. But my dad, he's been in that store his entire life, and I just want him to, just to have more time to spend with his family. So just get it to the point where it can run itself, and he doesn't have to be there all the time.
Did you work the counter in that store at any point in time? Did you register?
I can remember being a kid working the register with my brothers. We would eat all the snacks and stuff from the store.
Not anymore. That's not Miss Amy. I don't think is allowing that. If that's your nutritionist,
not
right?
Anymore.
Not anymore. Not anymore. So, okay. What is the craziest question you got asked by anybody in the talent evaluation process, Evan Neal?
It's crazy. I didn't get asked anything that really didn't pertain football or really just getting to know me. I didn't get one of those off-the-wall questions for sure. So I'm kind of surprised.
Okay. You weren't asked to shoot mini baskets by the Eagles, or the Giants put you through some sort of crazy, type questionnaire or anything like that didn't happen from you?
Nope. I mean, I did a questionnaire. I mean, a lot of teams I take a questionnaire for a lot of teams, those long things. I mean, but it wasn't anything crazy. I mean,
where have you visited in person over the last few weeks?
I went to see the Jaguars, I went to see the Jets, and I went to see the Giants.
So you went to New York. You went to New York and New Jersey.
Yeah, I did. Yes, sir.
Okay, so where do you get the sense of where you might wind up, Evan? What's that sense right now?
Well, it's going to be exciting to see. Wherever I end up is, definitely going to be a blessing. I'm just excited as you guys are. I mean, 'cause at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's different, from being in high school. You get to choose, where you're going to go.
Right.
And at this point, it's, the uncertainty of, being chosen. So it's going to be exciting to see.
Okay, so you really, there's no sense where you, did you meet with the coaches in all three spots, the owners and any of those three spots? Who did you meet in any of those spots?
I met with the coaches. I met with the GMs.
Okay.
But, none of them, they definitely have high interest in me, all of them. I feel like all of them would pick me, but I just don't know which one.
So what do you tell them when they ask, what do we get when drafting Evan Neal? What do you tell them, Evan Neal, when you're asked that question?
Evan Neal is a dependable, durable, and versatile guy. Came in and I played early at Alabama, so I know what it's like that to come in and get thrown in the fire and learn on the fly and adjust to a speed of the game. And didn't miss any games at Alabama. I only missed one, and that was due to COVID. So, you can count on me to be there and play. And also the fact that I played 3 different positions in 3 different years just added my overall versatility.
Who in your time at Alabama, SEC, whether it was just last year or in previous years, and they have now gone on to the pros, was the biggest challenge for you to keep off of your quarterback, Evan Neal?
In practice, it's definitely going up against Will Anderson every day. He definitely made it tough. But like I say, as iron sharpening iron, that's why you go to Alabama, to go against guys like that and get better for sure.
Right. What about from the other team when you were out there on the field?
The Georgia defensive front was really good, like Trayvon Walker, Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis, all of those guys. It definitely a real good challenge. For sure.
I've asked this question of pretty much everybody from Alabama that's come through the last several years. Mac Jones and Tua in particular as well. I think we asked this of Jalen Hurts too. What's the angriest you or your play has ever made Nick Saban, Evan Neal?
The angriest that my plays made Coach Saban. Can't tell you that. My plays actually, made him, angry. I mean, I'm sure, I haven't been perfect and he's critiqued my game like everyone else, but didn't really get, he yelled at everybody, but, didn't really get, he got yelled at a few times. But I always felt like Coach Saban, was, pleased with my play enough to, go out there and trust me to execute my job on the field.
You've never been aired out by Nick Saban, is what you're saying, Evan. Is that what you're saying?
I have. I have. I definitely have. But
what did he air you out for then? What would he air you out for?
The last time I can remember, with my freshman year, I remember I was taking guys to the ground. So basically, we were doing team run period, and I think I pancaked the guy, and he yelled at me, for keeping the guy up. He said, "Keep the guys up." And then another time, I remember him yelling at me. I think it was my sophomore year. We were doing flex, our stretch lines. And basically, flex is like a workout, man. It's basically, it doesn't even, especially for old linemen, it doesn't really get you warmed up. It's just a freaking workout, And he yell at me and say, "Neil, do it right." And even though I'd do it right, but flex was just flex, man.
Well, I guess if you only allow 2 sacks in 1 year, like you did last year, you're not going to hear from your coach, pretty much. So, that's one way to do it. Have you been on the business end or recipient of any of his D's nuts jokes? Has that ever been in your world?
No, I haven't. Nah, I haven't. Probably a lot of guys in the DB room for sure.
That's what I heard. All right, Evan. Are you going to be in Vegas? Have you committed to that? Is it where you're going to be?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm going to be out there.
Well, I hope to meet you in person, shake your hand, and then personally thank you for calling into this show. Good luck to you, and let's talk once you land somewhere.
Thank you. I look forward to it.
You got it. That's Evan Neal, everybody, right here on the Rich Eisen Show. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.